Perhaps the biggest question in the minds of the living and within the realms of paranormal research must be, do human minds, personalities, or souls, if they are to exist, survive after death? Do we, as we are now, persist in some form? Do we go on to something else? And could we come back? Humans constantly seek the comfort of knowing that something comes next, and once they have convinced themselves of even a possibility of this happening, they may find some peace. However, even if they were to have the solace of knowing they are going somewhere after death, what would they think or feel if they understood they were not peacefully aging towards that place, not experiencing a life of free will on the way to a peaceful end, but being pushed towards something? Something awful, something violent, something that isn't even a new experience, but rather a cycle of events that have come before. What would they feel knowing that? It's easy to fear a violent entry to death, but what if you were led there slowly, unwillingly, unknowingly? This is the mystery and the malice at the heart of the 1985 Polish paranormal movie Medium. It's Poland in the 1930s, during the Nazi occupation. Four strangers repeatedly find themselves in a synchronized trance, driven to travel to a villa where, years ago, a violent murder occurred. One of these victims, a police commissioner, realizes something is wrong and puts his detective skills to use to investigate the crime. He and his assistant follow clues, realizing that something, or someone, is pushing the trances and pushing the people towards some goal that is utterly impossible to understand using normal police tactics. Eventually, they learn from a horoscope writer that there is a rumor of a powerful psychic coordinating something sinister at the villa, and it will all take place during an eclipse. Can the commissioner and his assistant find out what this medium desires? Will they get the help they need to wage the psychic warfare needed to defeat him? Even if they can stop him, will they do so without tipping off the occupying Nazis about the powerful, mind-controlling weapon that lurks nearby in their own territory? Medium is a straightforward, spooky movie with decent production values, some creepy theremin and synth music, and at least a couple of kooky scenes of psychic mischief that range from silly to pretty cool. The movie has a noticeably lower budget than most films of the age, but this barely matters because the film is entirely about the eerie atmosphere it creates with its ideas. The tension it has exists in its ideas alone. It doesn't need to be anywhere else. They did a great job using what they had to make this movie. Okay, some of it they used a little too much. The soundtrack has exactly one creepy song that honestly plays on a loop for 10 minutes at a time in the movie, testing the will of even the weirdest nerds who seek out old Polish People's Republic movies like me. The mystery of Medium, while vital to establishing the feel of the film, is also honestly hard to follow as it involves characters constantly discussing multiple theoretical people from the past, half of which you never see on screen. It's a lot of names and personas and people to keep up with, and there's not too terribly much in the special effects department going on to bridge these scenes or to provide a huge payoff for keeping up with all these names. It's a spooky movie, but it's also a cerebral movie. You have to use your brain to keep up with it, and sometimes that's not the funnest thing to do. Give me a ghost. Hey, what can I say? I'm simple like that. Medium's greatest achievements are in brief scenes at the sea, the promise of psychic warfare, and that question, yet again. Is this the first time your clock has struck the hour of death? Or is it endlessly clanging down the halls of existence, heard in some house located in hell? I give Medium 3 sea turtles, maxin' and relaxin' out of 5. This movie was almost above average, but it remains a medium.
All of these things are designed to frighten a monkey.